but then the seat next to me was wide open.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like,
You know what? I already know what the Opie experience is.
Oh, no.
I'll bet you somebody's getting on this plane.
Last minute.
Yep. And fucking, as with doors closing, on walks Nicolas Cage.
Whoa, Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
It's sitting right next to you.
Right next to me.
For the whole flight out.
So he sits down.
I know the Opie experience already. It's an Obama moment.
Oh, no.
Well, he sits down, and I'm like, Nick, I know you guys have had, I wasn't here when he was in.
He was great.
I know.
We had a lot of fun with him.
But I have never met him. And he's a fucking movie star. Nicolas Cage is a fucking movie star.
Say what you want.
Can't deny
He
it.
is.
So he sits next to me, and I'm like, hey, man, how you doing? And he goes, hi.
That's very good, Jimmy.
It was a very,
Holy shit.
It was a very abrupt.
Yeah.
In that hi, here's what I realized.
Okay.
He will respond when spoken to. He does not wish to talk.
Yes.
He's very used to people attempting to make conversation with him, and he is very good at shutting it down.
Right.
But I didn't dislike him in that moment at all, because I understood that this guy...
Did you hear in that moment? I heard it.
Well, I mean, in that moment of this realization...
Okay.
You just have talked about Face Off the entire film.
Well, I said to him...
Oh, my God.
I'm like, well, he doesn't know who I am.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I got some fucking... You got some heat. So I said, no, just a few things to talk about.
Oh, boy.
So I said, I realized quickly that when he just said hi, this was an abrupt... It was basically his way of going hello and shut the fuck up.
And shut the fuck up. I know I'm me.
Yeah.
You know I'm me.
I know
shut
you
the
want
fuck
to talk
up.
to me.
Right, but,
you don't want to talk to you.
You want to... You want a story to tell your friends.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of it.
So I said... I'm like, I immediately think, all right, you got to bond quick.
Oh, boy.
So I said, you were on the radio show I'm on. And he goes, huh? Yeah. And I said,
Oh, my God. He does a great Nicolas Cage now. I'm totally picking up the vibe.
I do a good disinterested Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Because that's the only one I've experienced.
Oh, my God.
And I said, yeah, I'm like, but I realized immediately he didn't want to hear anything. He didn't give a fuck. But again, it's a weird, like, it wasn't, this guy's an asshole. I didn't feel like he was I've met a lot of assholes, and I didn't feel like he was one.
Are you getting a feeling?
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a little douchey feeling.
No, but
Jimmy.
I understand these things. So I said,
You got some creds.
Oh, boy.
but I know when someone, like, I understand not wanting to be, like, he didn't want to be bothered.
Were you hoping he said, like, hey, I saw your comedy show. Yeah, it was great.
I pretty much, of course.
Oh, that would have been
But
great, right? And then you could have gone, yeah. Like you didn't want to be bothered?
Yeah. But he goes, huh, yeah. And I go, I'm like, yeah, but I wasn't there that day. And it's the Opie Anthony show.
Oh,
and he goes, hey, how are you? And he shakes my hand. And then he just turns away and picks up his script.
Holy
Immediately
shit.
shuts me down.
Yes.
So I knew he might have recognized the name Opie and Anthony show.
Maybe.
But
you realize most of these guys forget us.
But I don't know if it was
As soon
that,
as they leave.
or if he just didn't really register what I was saying, and he just knew he had done the Opie. So he might have thought that I was going, "Hey, you were on my favorite radio show," because he was half listening to me.
Boy.
So it was basically what he might have thought I was saying. "Hey, I enjoyed you on the you were on my favorite radio show, Opie and Anthony." And he was like, he didn't want to open the door with just a radio show appearance. So he had a script and a bunch of stuff there.
Hey, what you reading?
Yeah, believe me, I wanted to, but I'm like, we got 5 hours.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jimmy.
This was the first, 5 minutes tops?
Yeah, but I said I got a few bullets in the chamber.
Oh, no. Oh, Jimmy is obsessed with celebrity. So this is putting you and him in a very awkward position.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to make it. I respected his desire to not be bothered.
No, you didn't.
Well,
Oh, my God. He's got 5 hours. Oh, my God.
No, I wasn't bad. I did respect it. I didn't speak to him.
How long did you not speak to him where you realized it's time to use one of my bullets?
I waited a while, man, because I realized that...
To the fucking end of the runway?
Yeah, we backed out of the gate. And then I was like, how did you get your face off? No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't say. I'm like, leave him alone. He doesn't want to be bothered. He looked like he might have been tired. He didn't seem hungover. He just seemed tired. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's going in to shoot a scene he wasn't supposed to be shooting. Who knows? I mean,
Sure.
So I didn't want to fucking annoy the guy. So we're up in the air. We're flying, and I'm like, I really want to talk to Nicolas Cage.
Oh, God. Do you know how obsessed Jimmy was this entire flight? Is like,
you can't even think of anything else.
He's right next to me.
And your mind is working, going, how am I going to break this?
You couldn't think of anything else, could you?
No, but I'll tell you about I was so into not bothering him.
Yeah.
That he and I were sitting, like he was the window, I was the aisle, and then there's a big middle seat in the aisle, and then to the left of that, there's window and aisle. So right in front of us is a monitor, and then in front of the aisle middle seat, there's also a monitor. And I was so not wanting to be like looking towards him. I actually looked inconveniently to the left, up at the monitor, just to be purposefully looking away, so he wouldn't feel my looking at him energy.
Well then, Jimmy, why didn't you get up and sit in the seat where you would have been right in front of the middle seat monitor, and then you wouldn't have been next to Nicolas Cage to...
Well, you can't do that because there was somebody in that seat. It was occupied.
Oh, I thought it was an empty seat.
No, they were all full. There was a pilot actually in that seat. So I figured here's what I'll do. Maybe Nick will want to talk to me. So I said, what I'll do is this. You got a couple of bullets in the chamber.
I'm like, oh my God, this is so douchey.
No. I knew I had a question for him.
Of course you did.
But I said, let me try a couple things first. So I open up my laptop, and I know that I have a picture of me and Ali on my laptop. So I'm like, hopefully he'll notice that and go, where'd you meet him? I'm like, maybe that's what will happen. You never know.
This is little Jimmy. Yes, this is young Jimmy.
That's
and
why
one
this
of
has to be animated.
His stories,
the show has to be animated.
Where he imagines things.
But I opened the laptop, and nothing. Boots up, proper, no question.
But can he see the laptop easily?
Were you turning it a little?
No, I actually. This is what a fucking. This is what a
premeditated.
I know. This is what a phony I am. I angled it in a way where it wasn't. It was only open instead of being open 100%. It was open 70%. Almost like I didn't want to showcase the picture, but I did.
But
oh my God!
And you thought that out in your head as well.
Of course I did. And then I lifted it up.
This is how serial killers think, by the way.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But I think in these moments, most people think this way. I just became embarrassed by my thought process. I think most people have these weird thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's like you block it out because it's humiliating.
Yeah.
Here it is.
So do you have any more bullets in your chamber?
I did.
So the Ali thing didn't work?
No, not at all.
How long? Wait, before you move on.
Fucking right by him.
Before you move on, how long was the Ali picture up?
Well, it's on it's literally just my laptop picture. It's me sitting next to Ali. It's a great shot.
But I mean, how long did you just have it kind of sort of on display?
A few seconds again, because it opens up clear, and then you know how your desktop, your computer screen opens, and then whatever your background picture is showcased alone.
Of course.
And then 3 seconds, 5 seconds later,
all your things.
Yeah, but it was still a good picture.
And the other question: did he ever look? At this point, has he looked back over to you at all for any reason? I don't know.
He had his sunglasses on. But I'll say this.
not make eye contact.
Of course. But when...
did he not want any part of talking?
But whenever the flight...
anybody, not just Jim.
No. But whenever the flight attendant came over, he was extremely courteous.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying he wasn't a dick. Like, he was extremely courteous, and... like the guy would give him something, or he was, can I get you a water? Okay, thank you very much. Like, he was just extraordinarily polite.
Yeah.
Like, so he was, again, I didn't get any kind of a dick vibe. And I can't say someone's a dick just because they don't want to talk.
Well, of course not.
So I have to respect that.
We're going to find out why he's a dick for real, though, in a minute.
Well, no.
Could you imagine, Jimmy, a huge Jim Norton fan sitting next to you for 5 hours just fucking trying to start a conversation? You're just like... Maybe you want to sleep, you want to do something, you're busy, you're reading something.
Yes.
And just someone, and you'd look over and you would know that he's trying to figure out a way to break the ice with you. But he knew.
Break the ice is a good way to put it. But I didn't.
Oh, shit.
But I didn't. But I did. I know I've been in that position, although not nearly, not 1/1,000,000th the amount of times he has been.
Yeah.
But I've had those moments, so I know what it's like. So again, I did respect it, though. I didn't talk to him for a while. I said nothing to him, and then I opened the computer screen and I'm watching. We have a documentary we got called 237. It's a documentary where these guys break down The Shining as a.
I watched it last night. It's fucking mental.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what the fuck they were going for there.
Oh, okay.
Was it a joke? Were they going for
I think they meant it.
These crazy people.
It's guys breaking down what Kubrick was really saying in The Shining.
And none of them got it right. I mean, I can't think that Kubrick who, by the way, as per this documentary, was in on faking the
moon landing.
film of the moon landing. He actually directed the fake film of the moon landing. And The Shining is his way of letting everyone know that that's what he did. So he put little secret things in there to let everyone know that he actually faked any film you see of the moon landing.
What were some of the fake things in the movie that stuck in there?
You saw little Danny wearing the Apollo 11 shirt, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, stop.
You weren't buying it?
Not as much as I bought the fact that Stanley Kubrick in The Shining was directly telling people about the Holocaust.
Or the Native American
or the plight of the Native American slaughter.
Why did these guys come up with this idea?
I don't know.
Where does this come from?
A couple of things they said that I thought maybe it was a wink from Kubrick.
I'm sure these guys do a little wink here and there, but...
Yeah, because Kubrick was too particular and too meticulous to be coincidental with certain things.
Yeah, certain things.
Like there was a weird thing like when they first walk into the freezer and there's this whatever the product was, what's it called?
Yeah.
But it's an American Indian thing. There was a few American Indian things and it was so purposefully displayed. Kubrick was saying something here. All right, in the beginning you could maybe, but then when you see things that just happen and you see them it's very quickly they're reaching.
Yeah,
like
they
literally
were so reaching.
3 things in, they're reaching.
Yeah. Right.
And
that woman talking about the Minotaur on the fucking thing. It's like, you are a fucking idiot.
That's not a skiing poster. That's a Minotaur. No, it's a skiing poster.
A Minotaur.
Yeah, she took set design way too literally.
Oh,
right.
There was a couple of moments that were really fucking scary, though, like creepy. Like when they were saying the walk around, when they were showing Jack the walk around, and they said when he walks into Stuart Ullman's office and they sits down and they're looking out this beautiful window, they're like, that window can't be there. It's in the middle of the hotel.
Yeah, yeah.
And that creeped me out. I'm like, what a creepy...
That was weird.
There's probably a couple things that Kubrick did on purpose that were just creepy. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Or maybe it was just this is a movie set and these little inconsistencies happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
But that at least went in line with the film. It was horrifying.
Char.
So I didn't get as far into that as Anthony did. I've watched maybe out of 90. How long is it?
I was going to turn it off.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, the remote's all the way over there. Fuck it. So I watched the whole thing, but it didn't get any better. There wasn't any big surprises.
And Jimmy couldn't watch the whole movie because he had some things to take care of.
Yep.
Well,
things needed to be done.
I was already into it, so I said, let me watch some more of this. Because it was, they were showing like little pieces of The Shining, and they were showing pieces of The Shining, and they would show other movie clips and them talking about it.
There was other like Kubrick movies. They were showing Eyes Wide Shut and shit like that. Yeah.
So it was these weird things in The Shining they were showing. So I'm like, you know what? I'll watch this for a while because Nick might look over and wonder. What is that you're watching?
No,
it was such an interesting thing.
And that's the only reason you put this on, right?
Yeah, I was like, he might look over and go, what is that? Watching.
He wouldn't.
Oh, you're correct.
You're just the guy watching something on a plane.
And this is your second bullet. The Muhammad Ali picture was the first bullet. The second bullet.
No, it's my third bullet. The Opie and Anthony show mentioned was the first one.
Right, that's the first one.
But you're thinking, all right, I got this movie. It might spark
he
an
might
interest.
think it's. He might think it's.
Oh boy.
He might think it's interesting, but probably he had seen it because.
You should have put on like Leaving Las Vegas.
No, I couldn't do anything. Believe me, if I thought it would help, but I'm like, I can't
tilt it towards him and kind of look like,
and just go,
Huh?
You're really good in this.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
hey, look who's on the screen now, huh?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. So I put this documentary in.
Yeah.
No nibbles.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, big swing and a miss. I was, apparently I hadn't matched the hatch because there were no nibbles.
No. So now are you toiling, thinking of another way that perhaps you can spark up a...
I really was, yeah. And, I was thinking of all this. I love this. And
oh, Jimmy's adorable.
And
how many hours into the flight are you at this point?
Probably 2.5 to 3.
Almost half over. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, I go online. I'm reading emails from my producer because I'm having an issue with the venue in Boston, of course. But it's something that it's over the haze. When you shoot comedy, you haze the room.
Yeah, so it looks like smoke-filled a little.
It gives you depth and stuff like that. It's a weird camera trick. From the reverse, it shows the spotlight.
Right.
Kind of cool. Now, in Boston, because of that great white fire, there's been so many new fire codes that they don't turn. You have to turn off the smoke alarms so you can fucking set the sprinklers off. So a lot of these venues do not want to do this. They're no haze venues because of this. So we're having issues because we were under the impression that we would be able to have a workaround with this where it would work. We were ill-informed.
Oh, my God.
So now I am doing a possibly shooting without any haze at all.
Oh, no.
So my question is, am I okay with that or am I not okay with that? Will it hurt the shoot or will it look good? So I'm suicidal about this. Like I'm so livid about this. And thank you. And then I luckily see Louis C.K. the other night. So I'm like, I just want to talk to Louis because again, with this shit, he has and he's shot in Boston before. God bless you.
Bless you. Allergy season.
So I think he's overseas, but the other night at the cellar, he just walks in. And I'm like, oh, fucking thank God. So I asked him, because I want to know, how do you create this depth in a camera without smoke? So I said to him, don't do it. I'm fucking upset. I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, how do you do it with smoke? And he goes, I don't know. I've never used smoke. I'm like, you don't use it? He goes, no, it's stupid. Never once. So I felt immediately a little bit better. I'm like, well, because, you know, everyone else uses it, but he didn't. So it's like, maybe you can get away without using it. Yeah, maybe you can get away without using it. So I'm getting emails from the producer of the special showing me venue photos. She did some footage of a venue with no haze, and she showed me how it would look. And she sent me some haze videos, and I actually liked the one without haze. I was like, it looks pretty fucking crisp and clear. And then I saw the reverse of the something that had Comedy Central had shot with haze, and I'm like, it just looks fucking tired. Like the haze, like the smoky, dramatic comedian haze looked awful. And I wasn't taking lemons and making lemonade. I was literally, because I was thinking about moving venues, and I have time to do that. But I'm like, fuck, man, I like it without the haze. So I'm like, I know what I'll ask Nick.
Oh!
I'm like, I know it.
I didn't know this was coming.
Of course it was. Why else would I go off
nowhere.
Why else would I go on a tangent like this for no reason?
Oh, no, Jimmy.
I'll ask him a camera question.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I know, because again, I wasn't sure if he had directed or not.
Oh, no.
I'm like, maybe.
I am so uncomfortable.
I can't even believe this now.
Well,
but I've seen him work. Jimmy's amazing.
God,
I saw him try to work a stewardess once, and I'm like, he has big fucking balls.
Oh, God, no. Jimmy, you got to tell me exactly what he was doing at every moment when, like, right before.
Oh, well,
no.
I said, I wanted to ask him about what you do to create depth and a hazing
Now,
question.
by the way, this is to try to segue into, well, why would you need to know that? Why would he need to know? Oh, he's doing because I'm doing a thing.
Yes.
And then it gets you are men of similar ilk.
Right. And that's all you want in the end. That's all.
But I don't even want that. I only want to get to a point where a photo will be approved.
This is all about a photo.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Because I'm under no illusion that we're going to be friends.
Okay.
So he gets up to go to the bathroom, so I know he's awake and I'm not bugging him. Like, you know, and then when he sits back down.
He's just waiting and wait.
Well, you just have to do it at the right time.
Did he say excuse me to you when he got out?
No, he didn't. There's so much room. Like, he didn't have, honestly, he didn't have to, believe me. But I moved back a little. I moved my feet back, you know. And then when he was coming back in, his coffee cup was teetering. Like, not teetering, but it was there. And I'm like, you know, a part of me almost held it for him so he didn't knock it over, so he'd say thanks, but I didn't. Thank God. Like when I flew.
He's thinking of every single detail.
In 2003, when I flew to when I told him 50 Cent was on the plane next to me, and we ran out of things to say to each other before we backed out of the gate.
Yes, that's a great story in your book.
And he was asleep and the food was coming around, and I almost opened his tray for him, but I didn't. I didn't do it.
Oh, you are a disgrace.
I am a disgrace. I don't like saying this stuff because
I love
it's embarrassing.
No, it's great.
But it's
so
you know
good.
But so I say to him when he sits down, I go,
oh, no. Right when he sat down?
Yeah, I gave
before he got a chance to.
Well, you know, a second, like, you know,
pick up his script again and ignore you.
Well, no. I gave him a second. I didn't panic, but I mean, it was a pretty natural.
Please tell me exactly what you said.
Well, I said, wait, did I? I said, can I ask you I said, can I ask you a camera question? And he goes, huh? And I go, no. He's a very literal guy. I go, can I ask you a question about cameras? And he goes, go ahead. It was that abrupt. Go ahead. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, I'm shooting a comedy special. Nothing. I literally could have said I'm doing a documentary on lilacs, and it would have had the same effect.
Are you heating up inside?
I'm shooting a comedy special.
Do you heat up inside and when you get uncomfortable?
No, you have to let it play through.
Now again, he must have thought that a friend is doing an open mic night and you're going with a camera to video him. Like, that's the level he probably thought. Like, I'm shooting. Like, not that you're the comic.
I hadn't thought of that.
And not that it's for a big fucking,
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I bet.
So, well, that was bullet 4. And then I'm like, do you know anything about the hazing or whatever? And he goes, and he's thinking about it for a second. He's thinking about it. And he goes, I don't know. He goes, He goes, I just don't know. He goes, look, apologies, but anyway, he was very nice. Again, he was nice. He wasn't a dick. Apologies, but I don't want to give you the wrong. What did he say? I don't know that much about what we do on this side of it, so I don't want to mislead you by telling you the wrong information.
Oh boy.
I was like, oh, okay, thanks. Bullet 5.
But that didn't lead to more conversation?
No. Again, I kept it brief.
Yeah.
I respected his desire to
No,
be
you didn't.
But I did. My internal craziness had nothing to do with him.
This is the stuff that makes me uncomfortable because people always ask me.
Fucking just.
But my internal craziness was not his fault. Like, he didn't know. It was literally the question I asked him for. It took less than a minute, and that was done. I didn't pursue it. I didn't keep it going.
I just don't have the balls to even attempt this. That's why this makes me so uncomfortable.
So now you need to hash another scheme.
Another harebrained scheme.
Another harebrained scheme.
So you're still in.
He's got hope still.
Jimmy's still in.
As long as that plane's fucking in the air, Jimmy has hope.
Well, so this is how bad it got at one point. As he was he jumped up and he was taking luggage out of the overhead.
Oh my God.
Out of the overhead, and a part of me was hoping that while he was pulling his bag out that he would drop it and hit me with it. So just that he would go, oh, sorry. And I'd go, oh, that's okay. And then when I wanted to take a picture, he'd feel guilty and take one. I was hoping he'd hurt me with his luggage.
He wanted Nick Cage to drop luggage on him so he could get a picture. The fucking fantasies that go on. This is so good.
How the mind works. Jim Norton's
Jimmy.
mind works.
Yeah, man. So,
God.
he didn't hit me with his luggage. And so I'm like, here's what I got to do. I'm like, this is not looking good.
No, not at all.
Where you're starting your descent at this point?
No, but there's plenty of time till the descent, but I just left him alone. I didn't
left him alone for a good hour probably at this point?
More than that.
More than an hour.
I said what I'm going to do is this.
Wait, how many bullets have you used at this point?
5.
All right, how long into the flight are you already?
About halfway through, but then I know...
So 5 bullets in about 2.5, 3 hours.
I say what I'm going to do is I have to wait. I want to get a picture with him, but again, the way to do it is, I mean, you got to be fucking Pete prepared.
Oh.
No fucking fumbling.
Oh, boy.
No nothing. So... I got my camera, believe it or not. I was like, I knew this was psychotic. But not long after that, I got my camera and I put it in my right sweat jacket pocket. And then I very discreetly in the bathroom unzipped it.
In the bathroom,
Well,
right to the bathroom to prepare his camera.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it in front of him
because he would have known.
Yeah, I'll even show you the picture. I'll even show you the picture I took of myself, the practice picture in the bathroom to make sure I had it, and then I was holding it right.
You're a mental patient.
But here's the way I was going to do it. As we're walking up the jetway, you can't get him outside because then people fucking swarm the guy. He's an A-list fucking guy.
Oh yeah.
So in the jetway, you got to be ready. And for my camera, it's best to hold it, like to do the self picture.
Right.
You do it, you hold it out, and you snap it quick. While you're walking up the jetway, it's quick. He's not inconvenienced, then he goes. It literally, he'd have to stop for maybe
Hey, who's that?
a second and a half.
Who's that? He looks familiar. Is that like a...
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, man.
Who's the guy with the gray hair?
Just an executive?
No, he looks like somebody.
Oh, no.
He looks like, is he a religious thing, or...
Oh, no.
Who is that?
Go find out, Sam, please.
Is he like,
They're showing him the works here. They're showing him...
Wait, he might be,
is he the
John
new
Malone,
Mel?
one of those guys? Or?
Is it Malone?
Is he the new Mel?
Let me Google
No,
him.
because he'd have... No.
Dude, he looks like someone that I've seen before,
If he was the new Mel, he would have a lot more people around him showing
Mel.
him. There's only 2 guys showing
Dude,
him.
I think that might be the guy. Hold on, let me see.
I don't know.
I'll tell you
He looks very wealthy.
Looks familiar.
Let me see.
I don't know.
I'll have an answer in 2 seconds here.
Oh.
Travis doesn't know.
Travis doesn't know. Sam is now stalking them down the hallway very creepily.
Yeah.
Hold on. For some reason, it's not coming up. Do you know who it is?
Travis doesn't know.
He looks like somebody.
Let's see.
He just looks rich.
Yeah. No, it's John Malone, right?
Yeah.
Why did I say Joe? Oh, jeez. Hold on a minute.
I don't think it is, though.
Hold on.
No, it's not John Malone.
I'll have an answer in a sec.
That girl's really pretty. On Fox.
Yeah, the Fox Business. Fox Business girl.
Who is she? She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
We gotta find out who that guy is, please.
Probably just like a Liberty exec.
Nah, he was okay, yeah, but
Might be a Liberty.
he's way up there because he was a very important. He was a VIP. We know when the VIPs walk past our studio, and you notice they didn't look in here. That's never a good sign. All right, so back to Jim's story. Practice picture in the bathroom.
Yeah, let me see if I have it. Hold on.
Oh, boy. This is so uncomfortable.
Could you do any of this stuff?
No.
Yeah, I can't do any of this.
I would sit there and just not say a word to him.
I'll get mad at myself that I didn't, but I know I can't step up and actually attempt it.
I'd be the guy that he would be like, oh, good thing.
It took everything.
Good thing it was him.
It took everything in my fucking being to ask Joe Pesci for a picture, and then when he said no, it's like, this is why I don't fucking do any of this.
That's why you don't.
Let me say that.
Ew.
The practice
Ew, Jimmy's practice picture, he's smiling. It's like, this is how I'll look with Nick Cage next to
You're
me.
missing the obvious part. He even centers it like, okay, this is where Nicolas Cage will be in my photo.
Yes.
Jimmy's all the way to the right in this photo.
That
we
is
just
a
looked at.
perfect practice shot.
Yeah.
That you know what? You know how to practice.
Yeah.
So what I do is this. I figure, and I don't know why I figured this. I said, I want to ask him.
No more asking.
Enough with asking Nick Cage anything.
Well, I wanted to ask him.
Yes.
I didn't want to just have the camera and ask him with the camera because I was afraid he'd say no. So I wanted to ask him while we were still sitting there on the plane.
Beforehand, hey.
Because I figured, like, once we touch down, I want to ask him.
Oh, no. Now, that could backfire, too, though, because now he's not on the spot for the picture, so he could say no, and that blows everything.
Well, yeah, but it's more uncomfortable to say no when you got to be next to somebody. And this way I would have had...
See, he thought this out.
Yeah. So I said to
It's
him
a gamble.
once we landed... I'm like, dude, I don't want to. I'd be like, I got to. I'm a huge fan, and he goes, thank you. You know, he shakes my hand. He was actually very gracious. He was very appreciative, and I'm like, yeah, I've been a fan for a long time, and I'm like, you know, I would love to take a picture with you. Like, is it possible to do it in the jetway on the way out, so no one will bother you? I said it like that, and he goes,
Oh, no.
he goes, you know, he goes, I'm not really doing the picture thing. He goes, because I'm really tired, and it was. I knew it was because he felt like he probably didn't look like he wanted to be photographed. I said that's the Pesci thing. Yeah.
Said that to me.
So,
Fuck, I don't have a picture.
but I kind of knew that was going to happen.
Did you just go, yeah, fuck you?
No.
That would have been great.
I would have just sat there and
Punch him in the face.
No, I would have just shut down and started sobbing right next to him.
I thought afterwards of a lie that I should have told him, but I didn't.
Some type of medical problem?
Yeah. But I wasn't angry because I was like, all right, I had a feeling. I was a little disappointed. And immediately after, he goes, nah, man, because I just don't want to be, you know, he's like, I'm very tired right now. And I think he was just saying, like, I don't look photographable.
Right.
And he goes, but I'll sign an autograph if you want. And I almost said no thanks and sulked. But then I'm like, don't be a dick.
You almost went like, no thanks.
No, but like, no, that's okay. But I was like, all right. I'm like, let me find something. So I just picked up the American Airlines menu. Yeah. And I had my pen, and I gave it to him. And he's trying to sign the autograph, but the fucking pen won't write.
Dude, you didn't practice autograph.
No, I have one of the pens that we use here, like not that one, but the other ones, and he's shaking it, and I see him reaching into his pocket for a pen.
Oh, no. Now it's a big pain in the ass.
Now it's a pain in the ass, and I go, my pen sucks. Nothing.
Oh, God.
It was fucking...
Jimmy, this is a...
Guy, he wrote, Dear Jim... it was nice flying with you and best wishes.
No, it
Nick
wasn't
Cage.
nice
No, it
flying
wasn't.
with you.
But it was nice though. He didn't just sign it. You know, he was very, very nice. So whatever. I couldn't be angry. And then we walked off the plane, and that was that.
Oh.
But I heard him say to his driver because he had the luggage, I guess, downstairs. I just heard him say he was driver, but can I just wait in the car? Like, he just wanted to go.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He didn't want to be bothered by anybody. And
by anybody, he meant Jim Norton.
Yeah, he certainly did.